a video with the focus of how I'm doing on this journey here, fully raw. I do need to clear my lens. I'm seeing a glare, and it's like, what is the glare exactly? My goodness. I think we got it. So this is my day 11 out of 30 days going fully raw. And I do eat pickles and I do eat I'm eating date syrup currently, so I do allow myself to have those sort of options on this journey. So it's raw-ish if you ask me. But we are on day 11. I did a video that was alive earlier at Walmart, but they put like a music, they put a ban on it. Okay, what happened? I had an inappropriate image in the live, so I said, well, let me make it a video. So I began editing it, and then I tried to upload it as a video, and then they said the music I used had a block on it. So then I agreed to remove the music, and now I'm waiting for them to revise it and edit it. And I'm probably still not going to be satisfied because I don't know how my video will end up with all those silent moments without the permission or the access to edit it again, which they have not yet presented me with that as a choice. So I'm probably going to redo it altogether and just recreate it again. So this is me on day 11. Um, this really is this is my third energy spent towards the video today. But this probably is the first one you were saying, and that's fine. So I'm going to show you my grocery haul. Hopefully tomorrow the grocery haul live is sorted out, and most likely it's going to be released as a short. I am going to attempt to go into my live YouTube studio on my computer and see if I can edit the live, which will assist me with the issue that I initially had in the first place. This may sound like gibberish to everyone listening. Sorry about that. Who am I? My name is Victoria. I have been raw now for 11 days. My goal right now is to do 30 days raw. But, anyways, about me, for about 3 years, I have shuffled between the weighing of about 299 and 365. And honestly, it has been rough. My highest weight was 433 pounds. That is a big number. I just really don't know what to say about that, but that's where I was around COVID time. How many of you guys had a weight issue or any kind of health crisis arrive during those COVID days? Let's not even say the C word. I don't feel like the YouTube shenanigans, but you know what I mean during the C-19 situation. Hey guys, how you doing? I gained a lot of weight during that time. And so my highest weight during that period was 433 pounds. And I did manage to get focused on a 6 month journey where I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. And when I lost that 100 pounds in 6 months, I went from 433 to 299. 3 years later, I have gained some weight back, and now I've gained 65 pounds. My current weight is 375, and right now I'm embarking on a fully raw journey where I am eating raw for the entire month of August. And so I do want to share with you guys, I went on a small grocery haul today, just buying some more products. Can you get this spring mix and put it back on the counter, both of them for me? And I did go on a small journey today to buy some groceries because when you eat raw, you feel like, it's cheaper, because when I think about McDonald's and all that fast food, I mean, one combo, how much does that cost nowadays? Like $16 for a freaking regular size combo. So, I only spent 42 bucks today to have food for at least 4 days, okay? So here we go. We're going to flip the camera around. This is what I bought today. I bought spring mix, 1 pound, and we bought some, this is going to be the blend of baby spinach and spring mix. I went ahead and bought some of this chunky guacamole, some organic white mushrooms. I bought some organic tomatoes, some Roma tomatoes, organic carrots here. This is some organic green onion. Now for the dry produce, or well, not produce, but for the dry goods. Whole natural almonds, pepitas, and I bought these raisins that are also berries. So it's cranberries, raisins, and cherries. This does have added sugar. I am not a stickler to that degree. I am not a police with this situation. I am just giving you guys my best shot. And I'm excited because I know this is a great, great shot. And also, I do want to go ahead and share with you, we are making a salad today. So we are making 2 salads. We're also making a DIY salad dressing with a base of sesame seed. And we're also making a grapefruit ginger smoothie juice. So you guys have a live show, a long show, a show that I can't believe I'm starting well after midnight. But this is my day 11 out of 30. Now, I do want to share with you what I ate today so far. Today was a day of starting my day with grapefruit. I had one grapefruit this morning, followed by half a grapefruit, followed by half a banana, followed by two cut up chopped pieces of watermelon. The watermelon was superb. I chew the seeds of my watermelon, and then after that, I took a very long nap. I was just tired. It was hot. Then I went to the store, bought these groceries, and I had about 50%. Hi, Shadow Man. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Juan. How you guys doing? Thank you for joining me today. So I did share a smoothie with someone today. It was a blueberry banana smoothie. So I had about 15 ounces of a smoothie that was made a couple of days ago that I froze. I don't recommend freezing your produce that you're blending in your blender because at the end of the day, it doesn't have the same nutritional value. It does not have the same flavor value either, but it was a nutritional supplemental thing, and I was hungry, so I said, and also don't believe in waste, so I went ahead and consumed it. BG, okay, and then also someone is saying, Juan is saying, hi, I have one more day to live, Cancer one. Well, in the name of Jesus, Juan, I pray for divine healing over your life. I don't come into agreement with that. I come into a disagreement, Juan, and that your life will be restored. Okay, I want to encourage you to pray and ask God to give you some mercy and grace. And if you have sins in your life, Juan, the first thing you're going to want to do, Mr. Juan, I mean this from my heart, you need to clear your conscience with any guilt and sin. Okay, you need to ask God to forgive you of your sins. Okay, let the Lord know that you see the error of your ways. I have so many errors in my ways, so I understand that at the end of the day, half of our illnesses and sicknesses are from our sin. Okay, so I know that for a fact, because what does the devil come to do? To kill, steal, and destroy. So when I say that, best believe that when we end up with illnesses or things that are causing our body to ail, it's because of our behavior, our choices. And I'm not going to say just because you're holier than thou, you're not going to have any trouble in your health. But I am going to say, how much wider is that door open when you're in sin? Someone says, pray I stop smoking and get my children back. Eliza Robinson. So, Mr. Juan, I just want to say, Lord, thank you for healing Mr. Juan's body and giving him a transformation in his heart in the name of Jesus. I thank you, Father God, for giving him peace. Even right now, Lord, give him the dedication to you, Lord, right now, that his soul may be saved and his body may be spared. Give him life, Lord. Extend his days in the name of Jesus. Lord God, I just pray right now that you can give him grace. Open his eyes, and if his heart is willing, that you honor this prayer today according to your will. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So, Juan, may God be with you. Maybe you should go on a water fast for about 7 days, or maybe some lemon, and pray 3 times a day. And anyway, I'm not affiliated, nor am I even speaking about these things on my channel, but God is good, and he is absolutely real in my life, and I just can't not tell you that. I have to tell you what I got to tell you in Jesus' name. So anyway, Eliza Robinson, pray I stop smoking and get my children back. Okay. I used to smoke. I don't have kids, but I used to smoke. Okay. And so for me, smoking was never my vice. Okay. It was something that I partook in for a long time off and on, but it really wasn't my vice. You know what I mean? But I want to recommend this. Anything that's an addiction is an addiction. An addiction is an addiction is an addiction. That's the one I know would say. And so if an addiction is an addiction is an addiction, then you have to just literally make a decision and understand your why. You got to know why you don't want to do this thing. How is it affecting you? You have children. You want to see them. You don't get that opportunity because of this addiction. You got to check all of that at the door. Think about your kids. And I know it sounds easier said than done, but once again, you got to call on the Lord, because that's where our help comes from. We don't have strength within our weak vessels. The Bible says, let the weak say I'm strong. Okay? So I want you to know you're strong in the Lord, and that alone. You're not strong because I said so. You're not strong because your mama says so. You are strong in Christ Jesus alone. I hope you are still there, Miss Robinson. So I just pray that you seek the Lord for what it is you call, you say you want to stop smoking. So for you to get that desire actually fulfilled is to seek the Lord and to take those daily steps. You know, it's not going to happen just, you know, overnight, but it can happen in sure enough good time if you're sincere in heart and take the steps that you need to take and have accountability. Go talk to a person that you know is of God who's going to give you strength by way of being a brotherly support, a sisterly support. So I'm going to get into my video now. I want to talk about why I'm here again. I'm on a raw challenge for 30 days of the month of August. I've been eating fully raw, and that's what this channel is dedicated to right now, is a raw challenge. So this is day 11 out of 30, and I was just reviewing with you guys some of the produce that I bought today. If you're new on the channel and you're just getting here, hi Curtis Wade. I do want to show you guys the produce really fast again. I have spring mix, guacamole, mushrooms, Roma tomatoes, carrots. These are not raw, but these are some berries, raisins, pepitas, whole almonds, natural. And this is going to be organic green onion. And we are going to begin making a salad right now. And we are going to begin to use these tools here to clean off this cucumber. It's already been rinsed. Everything's washed. And I have some extra carrots here, and I have some extra vegetables that are already here on this side. But this is the stuff that was purchased. This is a mini haul. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and make this salad. And 3, 2, 1, I'm going to turn the camera around. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Okay. All right. So come on in for me, sir. And what happened?
You fixing the cameras on? Hold on.
Oh, hold it right here. Right there. All right. So here we go. So here we are. And I'm going to go ahead and begin shaving off the cucumber. Does anybody else make smoothies that's on the live right now? Because, you know, there's this one smoothie that I haven't made this whole time, and it's recommended, and it's actually coined, and the originator of this smoothie I'm about to share with you guys is by a doctor. Her name is Dr. Goldberg. And Dr. Goldberg has a smoothie that she calls Goodbye Lupus Smoothie, and its primary ingredient is kale. I used to drink that smoothie for, I would say, almost a year. But I stopped drinking that smoothie along my journey away from the better road of eating a certain way. I started to, I'm going to be right there, please. I started to deviate from that. But what she does is she promotes this smoothie, and her recommendation is this smoothie will grant you a pretty much speedy recovery. And in her case, for lupus, this is actually what happened for her. She was about 20-something years old. She had a doctor tell her, you're not going to live after, you know, outside your 20s. And today she's a 40-something, like 47. And she has children, and she's married, and she's lupus free. And she just stays on these kale smoothies. Her smoothies consist of kale. They consist of banana, water, flaxseed or chia seed, and also she does provide she does say that you can have apple, pineapple. So basically, it's like 75% kale and 25% fruit is the goal. So whatever your forte is, she pretty much promotes, you know, eat what it is that you like. So it's not as far as the fruit, but all you need to know is that you can only have 25% of the fruit. And when you have 25% of the fruit, that's all you can indulge in with this Goodbye Lupus smoothie. I'm not going to be making a Goodbye Lupus smoothie today. In fact, right now I'm focusing on making a salad. And after the salad, I am going to move on to making a smoothie, but it will be a grapefruit smoothie. So I've already peeled my cucumber. Now we have green onion that I'm going to go ahead and cut up. After I cut up my cucumber into slices, you know, how do you like your cucumber sliced? I like my cucumber sliced not too thick, not too thin. I like it like just like this, basically. I like my cucumber sliced just like that. They just go so yummy, yummy, yummy to me. And I'm going to have the camera right here, okay? Please don't move it. And so, yeah, so I'm just making this salad. I've been awake and sleep all day today because it's really hot and I've had some time on my hands to just relax, thank God. You know, one thing about relaxation and living in the United States of America, which I'm happy to be here. I'm from, born, raised here, but I'm just saying we don't get enough rest. Our culture does not promote rest. We promote, working hard and hustling and don't get no sleep and all this stuff. And I'm like, I need my rest. Excuse me. I want to have, proper rest, and I just want to say that, half of our problems that we suffer from, I know has to do with exhaustion and being overworked and burnt out from our cultural way of actually living our lives, depending on where you live, the cost of living is really high. And, we have to work hard to pay all our bills. But like I said, I'm very grateful to be amongst the most, I would say, this is all I know, but I feel like our nation have pretty good people. I feel like we have pretty good people in our nation, so I'm happy to be here. But yeah, let's get our rest. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and cut the green onion nicely. Oopsie. Okay, and so we're going to cut the green onion. I love this square knife. This is probably not a vegetable knife, but I think it's a butcher knife. I love this knife. Isn't this a beautiful knife? It's like, I love it. I bought this set because this knife was in there. Like, I see certain videos when they do food preparation. They were probably cutting a steak or some kind of meat when they did this, but it was like the most beautiful knife to me. It just seems so powerful. And I just love it. But my channel is dedicated to showing you guys the process. That's what this channel is about. It's dedicated to showing you guys the process of me doing raw for 30 days, of me going from that to another level of dedication in my life. I mean, just 3 months ago, I was eating at McDonald's, daily. And my health was paying for it, because eating that way, it robs you of energy, vitality. It robs you of even how you feel emotionally because of all the chemicals and toxins that are flying out of that food into your bloodstream, into your brain, into your attitude, into your day. I mean, it's really bad. It's very toxic when you eat only foods that are sitting there being fully made in factories and nothing from the ground. And I did that for the last 13 months of my life. I ate very poorly. And I would say at least 8 of those 13 months I ate pork. And I will never do that again. If I have to fast for whatever reason, because I don't have it, I'm going to fast. Because I'm telling you, your health thrives if you give it good food. Whatever you're going through right now, you will be way better, if not completely healed from whatever those elements possibly could be, if you change how you eat. I have seen it happen over and over and over and over again. So I just want to encourage anybody who is out there and they need, healing in their body. I just want to encourage you, the best thing you could do is change how you eat. So we're going to cut up some dill weed right now. This is some delicious. This looks all wild. And I've had this dill weed for about, I would say about 3 days now. And so the dill weed that I have it needs to be finished today and cut today. If I wish to, have a nice tasting dill weed, which I do. So we're going to go ahead and cut the dill weed off the branch. And I usually actually pull them off. So I'm not going to go one by one. That is too tedious. But just start where you are, just literally start wherever you are. You can even get canned produce that's in its own juice. And I would never say stay there, but if you're eating McDonald's every day and you switch to eating canned green beans and water and eating canned peaches in its own juice. And I say that because we are all in our own place out here in this world. I don't know where you are with your life, but I know that if you're looking to change your health, you don't have to go all the way out and go into areas that are complicated and out of your reach. Just stop eating processed food. Commit to eating that canned green beans and water. Commit to having that without the excess fats. Commit to having that and have as much of that as you want to. I'm just trying to bring to your guys' attention that if you are mad enough about your situation, you will make a change. It's just simple as that. And that's me. You know, I'm at a place where I am truly completely done with not doing what I need to do. And I'm just so excited to share the journey. There's nothing more invigorating than focusing on your life. Okay? Because if you're not here, no matter what else you got going on, it doesn't matter because you won't be here to do it. So why not focus on what you know will benefit your longevity? Some of you guys are parents. I know most of us obviously are children to somebody, and God willing, your parent is still alive. And you know, we want to be able to outlive our parents as God designed. So you know, people from older generations, you know, they have sometimes healthier bodies than the younger people because they don't have the same level of intoxication because they were raised for the first 40 years of their lives with better eating habits. Slowly but surely, this country that we live in has just made us more and more addicted to poor eating choices and made it more and more normal to eat that way. And you know, we have to take responsibility for our own selves, you know? And it's not like I'm like yelling and preaching, but I am speaking. Um, what is she doing? That okay? How she's doing? She just okay. Okay, all right. Well, let's move forward. We're not going to glorify anything negative. But yes, I do want to recommend that you take care of yourself. You know, I know for sure that if you think about it, you feel better. You feel much better when you take your care of yourself and make better food choices. You feel so much better and you inspire everybody around you. So if you have somebody in your life that you know is not doing well, just start hanging out with them and share your food with them. Be a sharing person. Share produce. Share information. Let them see you eat a salad all the time. That's all you're eating. Let them see you eat healthy food every single time. Let them see you always doing that. You are going to make them feel like, you know what? I know that that's the right thing to do. I know I need to go ahead and change how I'm eating. You become a reminder. We all know what's right and wrong. None of us are ignorant to that. But we all have our little habits, don't we? We all have our habits. We all have things that we're doing that absolutely we know suck. You know, we all make poor decisions. So I just want to encourage you to just be a light. Be a light in the environments that are dark. Be a light, you know? And hopefully, you know, you get to see the ones that you love make those decisions. But if nobody else makes those choices, I want to encourage you to make it for yourself. You know, when I started my live today, I had some people share with me some really heart-touching information about their health. You know, there's this one guy, his name was Juan. He was on my live, and he was expressing how he had an issue with, not an issue, but he expressed that he was actually diagnosed with cancer and that he was, you know, not going to make it. And so I wanted to give him a prayer, and so I did. And I just want to share with you guys this thing I'm doing right here, this health journey I'm on, is nothing without prayer, is nothing without God. You're not going to just eat right and ignore the creator who provided these healing herbs and substances to be well, to be better. You're not going to get anywhere if you exclude him. You got to say, Lord, you know, I want to do this with you, Father. You got to bring the Lord into this journey because that's where your success is at. That's where your commitment's at. That's where the renewal of strength is at. And that is where your journey will be fulfilled. And also the fulfillment of your purpose on this planet will come through the acknowledgement of the Creator and being very, very submissive. You got to understand that God is looking for an obedient child. You know how your parents reward you for getting A's and B's and coming home on time, all the stuff that these rules they have, and we get rewarded with allowances and, you know, favoritism, whatever is going on in the house. Those who are good parents do that for their children. They give their children rewards. So how much greater does our Father reward us when we decide to acknowledge him in all our ways? That's what God calls us to do, is to acknowledge him in all of our ways. Okay? And he shall prosper us. And he will also guide our steps so that we do not stumble. So even if you do stumble, believe it or not, these stumblings that we find ourselves in it's still within the plan of God, because sometimes you have to learn a lesson. Sometimes you have to learn a lesson to understand the assignment and so that you can graduate. Okay? You don't just get to just go from birth to, top of the mountain and looking around as if you did something. You ain't did nothing. You got to live your life. You do have to sometimes, we all have to fall. We all have to get hurt. We all have to have a bruise. We all need a band-aid. So at the end of the day, take those L's and let them L's be not loser moments, but lessons, as you probably heard before. And so all my dill weed is now all broken off the stem. We are now going to take it, chop it down, starting in the middle. I've divided it one time. I'm going to stack it on top. I'm going to divide it the second time. Now we got 4 sections of this. Now we're going to put it one more time. Now we got a nice thick wad of dill weed. Now I'm going to finally crunch down on the slice. And we're just going to do that carefully because we have a knife in our hands and fingers. So we're just going to cut it down, cut it down, cut it down. And pardon me if I'm a little focused on the cutting because this is close to my precious fingers. Okay? But I'm just excited. I'm getting on live. It's like probably almost 1 a.m. And I'm just talking to whoever wants to stop by and hang out with me for a bit and chop it up. I'm here chopping up some vegetables and we could chop it up on live. And it's all good, I'm just literally a regular person who is trying to get themselves on the right track. And, I listen to motivational videos all day long. I listen to biblical sermons all day long. I just enjoy seeing a person who's an underdog come back up and win that thing. I'm really excited about the what it means to get focused. Something about that motivates me. If I see you doing your thing and you really, really focus, you are an automatic motivation in my world. So I'm just going to pour these carrots on this plate because these carrots are absolutely enough for the salads that I'm making tonight. And pardon me, my paper plate looks a little choppy, and that's because I don't really like cutting boards. I feel like they're never really clean when you have the wood, but they might be. That's just my mental feelings, but not that I'm telling you guys the only, like maybe they are clean, but I like to use this kind of a material. Okay, so now I gotta go ahead and cut me a tomato. These are Roma tomatoes. I think the AC must be off. I have got to turn it on. Please stay right here. I gotta turn the AC on. It's hot. My goodness. Okay, so the AC is now on. I'm wondering how in the heck is this so hot in here? And I don't understand, but so I'm just gonna rinse off my tomatoes. And cut this. I'm just going to cut this not too much. Probably going to cut it in like 4 pieces and be happy with that, most likely. Okay. Yeah, that's good for me. So far, these are our chopped vegetables that we have. And take it up. And so basically, we have the tomato, we have the dill weed, the carrots, we have the green onion, the cucumber. So we are going to continue on and begin plating. The only thing I'm missing is actually my mushrooms. So let me get those washed and ready to go for the plating process of this journey here. I hope you guys are having a good morning over here with me. In case you're just now popping in, my name is Victoria. You can call me Tori. And I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Currently, I've gained 65 pounds back. And I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. And currently, I've gained 65 pounds back. And so that means I weigh 375. Right now, in the month of August, I'm going raw. So this is day 11 out of 30 that I've been raw. And I want to encourage you to join me for the remainder of the month and also watch me go from this to the next thing, which will be continuing to have a high raw diet, but I'm pretty sure some of my foods will be cooked at that point. I mean, that's what I'm projecting. I may stay raw longer, who knows? But definitely every day for this month, you will see me raw. I'm washing my mushrooms with a wet, damp paper towel. This is how I wash them. Just clean off the excess dirt. And these are organic mushrooms, so I do feel pretty good about, um, the source of these mushrooms. They do spray this stuff with pesticides when it's not organic. And there's probably some stuff going on with organic that I'm not too pleased with too. Nothing's perfect. If you can't get organic, like I can't, everything I have here is not organic. Most of it is today though, actually. But okay, but most of the times lately I haven't been able to buy organic. But guess what? I'm not going to let that stop me. Okay, it's not going to stop me from eating how I know I'm supposed to eat. Okay? Pray over your food, do your best, and keep it pushing. That's what I recommend. I'm just going to make one more mushroom here because I really want to have a nice mushroom rich salad tonight. And thank you for joining me, you guys. My name is Victoria. I am making 2 delicious salads. Currently, I am raw. I've been raw for 11 days. I'll be going raw for the remainder of August. So that's 30 days raw. My highest weight was 433. I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. And over 3 years, I did gain 75 pounds. 65 pounds, sorry. So currently, I'm 365. And with that being said, I'm going raw for 30 days, you guys. I am a connoisseur of self-discipline, self-preservation, and simply not giving up. I refuse to give up on myself. Giving up on myself is not an option. Giving up on myself means that I don't want to be here, and that's a lie. So because I want to be here, I got to keep doing the work. And the work doesn't end. The work never ends. The work is continuous. The work goes on and on and on and on and on to the break of dawn. Am I telling my age? But I'm excited about this. There is one more thing I need to do with these vegetables. In here, I sliced these yesterday. These are jalapenos. And so I will be adding this to my salad. And I do have this purple onion here that I will be actually adding to my salad, as well as those green onions that you can see right over there. So I'm going to go ahead and add this purple onion to the mix. And that will be briefly done. I have to do that, and I think we're going to be good to plate after that. Can you see the onion over here?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm doing it on this little Ziploc bag. This is really real. Like, I am not, some super polished YouTuber. I'm just your regular girl, trying to present this to you guys the best way I can. And I really hope it's helping somebody feel inspired to have a salad today. Even if you have, other food today. But just have a salad. Remember how good the salad makes you feel. Salad makes you feel good. Not because you're getting skinny, no. Yes, you probably will lose weight if you start eating a lot of salad, but it's because the nutritional value gets absorbed into your body, and it actually revitalizes your system, and your mental state is like giving a kiss, okay, giving a hug, okay. You're giving yourself like so much natural, raw energy from eating real food. I remember I was eating a Twinkie some time ago. That Twinkie gave me the biggest headache. That Twinkie made my head feel like it was underneath 20 feet of sand. Okay, they call it brain fog because all that processed food is not designed for human consumption. As much as we might have it every now and then, the most healthiest raw person may have a slice of cake on Aunt Kathy's birthday, who's 97, okay? But guess what? When they eat that slice of cake after being so holistic in their life and eating so clean, they'll all tell you how horrible it made them feel. But when we get past that horrible feeling, it's because we keep going back to it. We try to revive old habits. We don't allow our bodies to give us the true sign and warning that it does give us, and the fact that we shouldn't do a thing, we do it anyway. And that's the problem. We got to make better choices. And I'm not just talking about you, but we all need to make better choices. That is why I'm here showing you me making these better choices. It's not because I've lived a life of perfect choices. It's because I'm sick and tired of my bad choices that I'm here today making better choices. And I want to encourage you, you can start any time to make better decisions. It does not have to be that you were always that way. It is not a comparison game. It is not anything but just start type of situation. Okay, so now I have my produce ready to put on a salad. We are going to use, I bought these really large plates today. They're called platters. And I bought the platter plates because I want a large salad. That is simply what I want. And I feel like I should be able to have that. And so that's what I'm going to have. I have a large plate for you. Do you want a salad this size too?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm a bigger eater. I'm a bigger person. And so, everybody may not have the same consumption desires. I'm gonna need the camera right there, okay? As we do this. Keep it on both plates for me. And we're gonna go ahead and use spring mix. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna have spring mix applied to both plates. And here we go. This is the easy part. And even the fun part. And when I come down, you can see everything. Okay, good. You stay up there the whole time. Okay. Right there is good. I want them to see. So you can tilt the phone right there. Thank you. And that's perfect. So just stay right there. Your arm's getting tired. I'm trying to hurry up. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put this green spring mix on these plates. And even if you don't finish your salad, this is going to be kind of a big salad. I don't really care right now about, preserving my ingredients. I'm here to eat this green stuff. I'm here to get it in my system. I'm here to revitalize my body and get renewed cells and get renewed everything. Because every 5 to 7 years, your body renews everything that it's made of, pretty much. Do some research and correct me and get the facts. I think it's good to pull out the old book, pull out the Google, and figure out what this body do. Okay, so here we go. We got the greens. This is a lot of greens. I mean, this is more than I anticipated. But we're going to fill this salad. Okay, so we're going to start. You're not holding it properly. Keep it up there.
I got it.
Oh my God. Okay, keep it there. Please, please, please. Okay, so we're going to add some onion. These salads are not going to be built exactly the same because I want certain toppings, and so they're not the same toppings for the other salad. And just rip that off, put this down. This one's mine. I love a lot of onion. Okay, put some carrots. Okay, I'm going to throw some carrot over here. Okay, keep the camera up where it needs to be, sir. Right there. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we got that there. We're going to add an abundance of cucumber. Okay. I forgot the pickle.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're adding the cucumber. I want pickle on my salad. Like, I don't know if you guys ever put pickle in your salad. I'll grab it if I actually really, really want it. Okay. So we got the cucumber. Gotta hold it right there. That you see the salads and the gotta keep right there, like that, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the mushrooms, on the salad, and the dill weed shall go on the salad, which is so yummy. I wasn't gonna use all the dill weed just because I wasn't sure if it was gonna be suitable. Okay. But it actually is very suitable, and I'm very excited about that. I'm going to put your hands like this and just, can you stay there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And so now.
Hold on.
Okay. Okay. I can hold it. Matter of fact, let me hold it for a bit. Let me hold it. All right. So I'm going to hold it for a minute. And so now I'm going to go ahead and put my cherry tomatoes on here. I know your hands hurt. And so we're putting cherry tomatoes. I'm actually glad that I have it at a place of closer. And we're going to go ahead and put the cherry tomatoes on here. And now we're going to grab the green onion and sprinkle them over. And add the green onion here and sprinkle them over. Okay. Hold the phone again for me if you don't mind. So I can regain my composure. These salads look so good. Like, I love the variation in color. That is why I love having all the vegetables that I have. I have a few more here. Okay. And I am going to just toss the rest of these on my plate because there's nothing going on with these vegetables except eating. So I'll go ahead and place them here. Okay. And now I have these jalapenos. I'm going to place them on the border of my plate because I don't want to accidentally run into a jalapeno and it's like a shock to my body or my mouth, blah, blah. So I am going to put it on the sides so that I can always have it as a, I'm prepared for it because these are hot. These are really hot. But I really enjoy a nice spice. So I'm going to put them all on the borders. And that's all my jalapenos. There's probably like 5 or 6 slices of jalapeno. Okay, and so from here, honestly, I do want to add my pepitas. I'm going to add some pepita seeds to the salads. And also, these are dried berries. So this is not a raw product that I'm going to add. This surely does have some, some is okay. This has sugar in it. So, you know how this stuff goes. There's some sugar in this. And I'm not really going to worry about the sugar. You can put it back on the salad now. I'm not really worried about the sugar so much because I know that I'm not going to be ODing on it. And it's just going to be, just a little bit. And I really feel that's enough. Over here, next salad. Just a little bit of these. I know you're a little more picky than me. Is that enough for you?
That's enough.
Okay, so we have enough of that. And the pepitas. I'm so excited to add the pepitas to the salad. Right there is great. If you can hold it right there for me. We're going to add the pepitas. And these pepitas are so good. If you don't know what pepitas are, they are pumpkin seeds. And so we're going to add the pepitas to here. Did you know that pepitas are pumpkin seeds?
Mm-mm.
I didn't know that for a long time. But yes, they are. And so I'm going to add these here. I'm sure you're going to love them. I know how you are with many things. But I'm excited. I'm excited to eat this. I'm not going to open these, okay?
Okay.
I'll eat those as a snack tomorrow or something. I do have this guacamole, and I do want to add the guacamole on one of the salads on mine's. I'm the only person that likes this. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and add it so I can have a nice little, guacamole. So I'll go ahead and put that right here. Oh, it's going to be over a jalapeno, so I'm going to take a mental note that I don't eat the jalapeno. So that is a nice 2 tablespoons of guacamole right there, and that is enough. And a good amount of fat. I recommend that you don't hide or run away from fat between the pepitas and this guacamole. We're good to go. And we are going to add a little more fat to this, and that's going to be with sesame seeds. And so what we're going to do now is move these salads. Do you want anything else in your salad?
This is for a pickle. That's what
Oh, the pickle. Let me do it. Okay. Now these pickles that I have here, I've done some research on them. Now, the Mount Olive, this particular brand does not, this particular brand makes 2 different kind of pickles. Mount Olive pickles, they make 2 different kind of pickles. These ones are heat processed. Do you want to hold one to yourself or do you want to share one?
Share one.
Okay. We'll share the bigger one. These pickles are heat processed. And because they're heat processed, that means they are definitely not raw. Now, there's another brand. I think it's an Italian brand. I can't think of the name of the company right now. But I researched another brand. And this other brand, they do make a pickle. Keep it on the salad, sir. Please. This other brand, they do make a pickle that is out of the brine. And when you have a brine pickle that's not heat treated, what happens is it's considered raw. And when it's considered raw, then obviously, because I'm going raw for the entire month of August, That suits me just fine. But just like you just saw me have the raisins, that's not raw, okay? And I also allow myself date syrup, which you'll see later on when I make my salad dressing. I'm not doing this with legalism on my mind, this journey here, but I am doing this with tons of raw choices in my mind. I'm also learning on the way how I can incorporate better decisions. You know, this is a lifetime commitment, you guys. This is not just 30 days. You know, I've been looking at certain websites to get inspiration of, how am I going to incorporate natural sources of protein in the future? And one website that I found, like, say you want to have some meat, which I believe there's nothing wrong with meat. Hopefully, we have an open-minded group here, but there's always someone that's, not open-minded everywhere you go. So, whoever you are, my point is, I believe that having meat is okay, but I just think you need to have it in moderation. And I also think you need to have it by way of a healthy source. So when I was doing some research about meat, I was looking into farmers that did not use a system of antibiotics, or is it, vaccinations, the things that we have been learning are being pumped into our animals that we're eating now, hormones. That's why the chicken is this gigantic when you get it, and it should be like this. And those are all hormones. And so for me, I don't want hormone pump chicken. I don't want hormone pump beef. I don't want hormone pump anything. I want it to be natural, from the farmer to my mouth. And so when I did my research, I began to learn about who is the farmer that I can actually trust, at least by what they're telling me that they're doing. I hope that equals trust. And so when I see that they don't put hormones, they're not putting vaccinations, and that they actually are upholding a high standard of product, what I have learned is that the company that I want to give a try when it comes time for me to eat meat is a company called Whitaker Farms. This is not paid. They don't even know who I am. But Whitaker Farms, if you want me to try that 248 steak combination I saw on your website, I will be happy to take it for free. But I'm happy to buy it too. I'm excited when the day comes to invest that $250 in those 8 pieces of fine beef cuts that they have, because I think that that's probably the best meat quality that I could ever find. Just because I'm eating plant-based in this 30-day journey does not mean I'm shunning meat eaters. Meat eaters may need to learn to eat better quality meat if they want to have pristine choices made, or even eating less meat might be a good way for them to go. Can I have you place that on the freezer for me and get the ice for me?
Yeah.
And the blender. We're going to turn this around. So the salad, let me go ahead and put it right here real fast. This is the final look on the salad, you guys. I don't want to forsake that. Don't these look divine? I mean, they look really good. I'm super excited about how my salad looks. Let me get a screenshot just in case I want to do something with this picture, because this looks good. Let me just, you don't have no idea how excited I am to partake in this salad. But thank you so much, cameraman. So yeah, I'm going to turn it around now and get myself back in this camera. So when it comes down to the meat, so there's a farm, like I said, it's called Whitaker Farms, and they're in Tennessee. And also I need 2 paper plates, please. There's a farmer out there. It's a farm, and they just have the best meat. They have chicken, turkey, beef. They have so many options. And I'm excited. I'm excited to share with you guys that, when I do make the investment to buy that meat, I will definitely be on here to share that, guys, with you. But for now, we on a 30-day raw journey. And I just made delicious salad. And at this point, we're segueing into a smoothie and also into a dressing. We are going to use these sesame seeds to make a dressing. I do have a vinaigrette dressing in here that I made 2 days ago. And so it's a perfect addition so that I can have the flavor and the body and the essence of a delicious dressing. I do have some stevia here to add to it for sweetener. I'm not going to use any like maple syrup. At the end of everything, my goal will be to add a little bit of date syrup on the top of my salad if I want to, because I do have the raisins now, so this may not be needed. But I just might, because I am someone that likes it a little bit sweet. I like a sweet salad, but if you like savory, I am going to be making a savory dressing in the future for you to be able to try. Um, okay, we're going to go ahead and get back to this recipe. So we're going to make. Is it on me?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been about 45 minutes, almost an hour of this. And so I am so shocked. Is it on me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can put it over here by the blender. So these are my sesame seeds. Can you see? Let me see where you are. I'll
How about
push you.
the other blender?
I'm going to use this one.
Alright.
But I'm going to have you right there. Can you say there?
Yeah.
I want it right there. I want it to be centered. I appreciate you doing this for me. Okay, so I'm going to freehand. Maybe I should make the grapefruit first, because
Yeah.
this is going to be more of a residue, and I don't want to have to be doing all that. So
I'm using jars for the smoothie, but I'm using the cup for my ice water.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what you said, but tell me that later.
Okay.
Okay. Is this on the where I want you to hold the camera is steady, right? I'm going to put the plate here.
Yeah.
So just have it right there for me. Steady. I don't know what you said exactly, but it's okay.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, I'm going to try to finish this video really fast. And I have more to go. Okay. You don't want it in the mason jar? Is that what you're saying?
No, I want it in the mason jar though.
So what were you saying?
I'll tell you later.
What are you saying? You want the ice water?
Yeah, just put it in that cup.
We're not refuting nothing about that. You can have that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, right now, we're making this smoothie.
Okay.
I'm going to make the smoothie first, because I figure, like I said, the blender will be more needing to be cleaned out after the sauce is made, of the dressing.
Yeah.
And I do want to bring to the attention of the viewers that see this part of the ginger that's looking kind of like illy nasty, but the inside looks beautiful. That's because this is still good. Do not throw out ginger just because you see the outside looking kind of like it's going bad. I've had this ginger for a while now, and so you're good there. So I've had this ginger for a while now, and so for me, I fully understand that, this is, something that lasts. It's a root. This lasts for a very long time, and I really should be using a pillar and not this knife, because it's wasteful, because you don't need to even go that deep, but you do want to get to the bottom of that bad skin. So like you can see, there's some more to get rid of. So I'm going to go ahead and keep dissecting this thing till it's clean, and we're pretty much there. I'm going to wash off the remainder pieces of ginger, and I'm not going to forsake the skin. Just make sure it's clean. That's all we're doing. As long as it's clean, you got all the little hard end pieces off and little hard edges off, you're good, because those hard edges could be housing dirt, because this is from the earth, and we want to maybe remove the dirt from it. So we got the ginger peeled and cut up the way we want it to be. Okay, I'm going to just throw this away, get it out my way. Excuse me, you can just leave it right there. Just put it right there. Okay, so put it in here. And let's move forward making this next step. So we're going to peel this grapefruit so we can be able to, you can step back actually right here and lift up there. Okay, that way. Okay, so we're now making a grapefruit juice. We're just going to peel off this peeling. We're going to have 3 grapefruits to this amount of ginger. So we're making a ginger grapefruit juice. You can watch the replay, you guys. I did make a delicious, bountiful spring mix salad. I made 2 of those. And if you want to see the process, if you're one that enjoys, listening and watching food be assembled, healthy food be assembled, then I'm going to be what you're looking for. On this channel, I'm currently going raw for the next 30 days. I'm on day 11, so I'm super excited that I'm doing this thing, and it's actually feeling greater and greater every single day. And so yeah, please join me for the rest of this journey. A little bit about me is I did lose 100 pounds in 6 months, and it has been marvelous. However, over the last 3 years, I have gained 75 pounds. My current weight now is 375, and this is why, I finally kicked my own self in the butt, and I'm like, I'm focused again, and we're doing this raw thing for the next 30 days. Okay, so we have the blender here. We're going to throw one of these grapefruits in the blender. We're making a grapefruit ginger juice. We have the ginger piece here. I do need to wash this ginger piece first, so let's hold off on that. I have to peel 2 more grapefruits. Here we go. And so yeah, I've been talking for over an hour, and I always knew I talked a lot, but this is starting to get extremely quite a bit. Does anyone have any questions for me? Does anyone enjoy drinking smoothies like I do and making fresh juice? Is anyone at a point in their life where they're resetting, getting focused? And maybe it's not in your health. Maybe it's in your career. Maybe you're relocating. Maybe you're starting a new relationship. Maybe you are reconciling with someone in your life. Are there any questions on the live that I can engage with to give me some conversations? I really, really have plenty to say about my own goals. I've been dealing with weight my entire life. I have had a weight battle since I can remember. Elementary, preschool, when I was on the bottle, when I was born. Every picture I see of myself, I was plump. I was a plump person. And with that being person all my life, it really has regulated a lot of my life experiences. And it also has probably given me a very interesting look on life. And I don't feel sorry for myself, just like I don't feel sorry for you. But I do believe that we have the power to do some things, to better ourselves. And, I'm really blessed like that I can actually just change how I eat and my mindset and my spiritual foundation if it's not on the right direction. We have so much power to make ourselves better. We have so much authority in Christ Jesus, okay? Because I could do all things through the Lord. Now, we all fall short, and that's been not just my problem, but it's a human being problem. We want to do things that feel good. We don't want to do the hard work. We don't want to take the sacrifice route. We want something that's McDonald's or something that's microwaved. That's what we want. And I've been guilty of wanting that my entire life, off and on. It's been a battle, and I'm at war. I'm at war with what choices am I going to make. And so now we have 3 grapefruits in the blender. I'm going to wash my 3 little pieces of ginger that I peeled up. I'm going to leave the remaining skin on. I also have about 32 ounces of water that I'm going to add to my smoothie. So it's going to be a ginger grapefruit juice. And I'm going to wash this off, and I'll be right back. I'm going to continue talking to you guys, but you may not see very much on camera. Let me bring my blender forward. Step back a little bit. I'm going to set this right up here. Camera up on there. Okay, thank you. Wash my ginger. Just stay there for me, please. When it comes to endurance, so we're going to add this washed ginger to it. Doesn't that look fresh and beautiful? And so we're going to go ahead and add it in here now. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to add the water. One thing about endurance, though, I wanted to go ahead and say. One thing about endurance that I've learned that I will take with me probably for the rest of my life, because, see, I have worked some very irritating, high-stress jobs where I know I was targeted to become reactive. And so, and I used to have to deal with that for hours and hours and weeks, months. But you know what it taught me? It taught me endurance. I'm able to go live now for all these hours and all this time. And you guys are there, you're not there. You know how the lives are, but I'm able to keep going. And it feels so good to have something to say, to have a certain sense of push within me. And it's not credit all to that job, but that was just one of the lessons that I know gave me additional tools. I'm already a talker. God's gifted me with that. But those life experiences where you have that difficult job, where you have that difficult coworker, you have that environment where you realize, you just don't fit in for whatever reason. But those experiences and circumstances are the very things. Those experiences and circumstances are the very things that get you to that next level and actually show up later in your life to be like, well, you went through that, so you can be shaped and molded for this. And you just see it as a full circle. Hindsight is 2020. So we're gonna blend this up, you guys. We put it back on the butter. We did add stevia to this.
Oh, not plugged in.
You didn't plug it in.
You can plug it in yet.
Oh, I got it. I got it. So just hold it on here and make sure you have the blender viewed. So yeah. Okay. Good. Darn it. Okay. Here we go. Got this ice. We're going to add a nice large cup of ice. This is about 24 ounces of ice. About 20 ounces of ice we're going to add in here. Nothing's cold in here but the ginger. And that's not going to be too effective. So we got to add this ice in here. Let me just add some water in here. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to add some water in here and just sort of swish it around. I'm going to add a little bit more. Can you see what I'm doing? I feel like you're not looking at what I'm doing.
Looking.
All right, I'm going to add the stevia into the water to make it sweeter. I'm going to stir that around. I'm going to pour that in there. All right, now we're going to blend it out. You can step back, sir. I appreciate you. Okay, so this is now done. I think the only thing I want to add to this is like, I might add an orange if I had enough space. I don't know if I have enough. I don't think I do. Okay, because it's really, really good. And I think what I'll do is add more ice in my cup. I need it to be colder. I think that's what's missing for me personally. Let me go ahead and transfer the rest of this water into my my electric kettle. I don't like wasting. This was filtered water from my filter, so we're not going to throw it in the sink. But I am going to use the same mason jar right here so that I can pour my drinks. And I also have a third cup I'm going to be using. Just stay right over there with the camera, please. I'm going to rinse out this cup here. The juice came out delicious. Okay, I'm very, very, very much so picky. I am a huge, huge critiquing nut, okay? And I want things to be like so nice and just like not perfect, but darn perfect, And so, but this came out delicious. I'm gonna blend this a little bit longer. I think I feel it in my instinct to give it a little more of a blend for like 60 seconds or 30 seconds. So if you can bear with me for 30 seconds, that'd be great. nice panoramic blend that I can trust. You can stay looking over there with the camera. What I'm going to do is grab my measuring cup because it's once again really full and I don't trust myself to pour that without spilling it. I've had many mistakes with that in the past and I already know that I don't want that to happen to me. So let's go ahead and use the measuring spoon cup thingy. This is a little one, 1/3 cup. Put it at the top for me so I can see just right. About right there is actually fine. Lift it up. That way. Okay, cool. I'm going to pour, first of all, there's a lot of foam. Nothing's wrong with foam. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put 4 foams in both of the large cups because I like to distribute the ingredients so that everybody's enjoying it and it tastes the same, it tastes the right way, and it's balanced. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Now I have a small one. I'm going to give this one just 2 because it's half the quantity. I need to see both of my hands, please. Thank you. That's 1, and that's 2. So this is a balanced distribution. So now I'm going to pour. And you can step back a little bit. And you know I like to do the drone pour, and I appreciate you for being ready for that. So here we go, you guys. We're going to drone pour these drinks. And I am going to kind of go back and forth because I recognize that there's a lot of foam. And I don't want anyone to be having all the foam to themselves. We all want to have some of the juice. So we need to go into a circle and give everybody an opportunity to have a bit of every section of this juice, the notes that it has to offer. And so that's what we're going to do. Going to pour slow in the small one so we can get that extra fluid. And then we're going to pour it back in here. And at a certain rhythm so that everybody's getting what they need. Now we're going to go back and forth to these two because that small one is done. Okay. I would like to add some more to the small one. It's so little. But anyways, we're almost done here. I can tell that they have the same amount of fluid. The foam does dissolve and it does turn into fluid, but it's just very foamy. Oh, that was a mission. That was a task. So here are my drinks. You see the foam. You see what I've got. That was so fun. I'm going to take a screenshot of what that looks like right now and right there. And then I'm going to go over it, take another picture. This is just remarkable to make these drinks. You can put it on me, sir. Thank you. So far, you guys, I have made a delicious, very bodacious salad. Are you up here with it? Yeah. Okay, do you see the love?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm a loving person. Feisty too. But anyways, I made a delicious salad, and this salad does have all the vegetables in the world. In fact, I'm going to guide it over there because I don't want to The trick to the how long is it like that?
for a while.
A while.
Cause remember when I had you the camera?
You just told me now? How you know it was for a while?
Cause remember I had it to you. I had to put the stuff over there.
So why are you telling me like just 30 minutes later that you saw that? I'm confused.
I just seen it
You
when
just noticed it?
yeah, I just noticed it.
So maybe it just happened. That's what I'm trying to say. Did you notice it when I first returned to the camera 30 minutes ago?
Yeah,
You noticed it then?
yeah.
Why didn't you say nothing until now?
I just know about it. That's all.
Okay, well, I'm not sure why you didn't tell me earlier. All right, well, that sucks. Hopefully you can hear me now, everybody. Please put the camera on me. So flaxseed, I just now added to the mixture, and it does take about 30 seconds to 60 seconds for it to actually kind of make it more thicker. I like this very much. I am going to now take the time to add my balsamic dressing vinaigrette here and close this video out and eat my salad. Let's go ahead and pour some in here. Can you see what I'm doing? And maybe add a little extra virgin olive oil. I'm hoping that that button wasn't pushed the whole time. Did you see how much I added right now on camera?
Yeah.
Next time you see that, I'd like you to tell me. That's really a big deal.
Okay.
Okay, and we're going to taste it again. Okay. We're almost there. Just a little bit more of this balsamic vinaigrette. And I'm happy with it even now. But I know this is going to be just additional amount would just be perfect. Right there. And then also blending it. And I might strain this one because I don't want anything but a smooth dressing. And this is not a thick dressing. I could make it thicker if I add like maybe abundance more sesame seed or soaked cashews or something like that. But this is not going to be that kind of dressing. So let's go ahead and blend the rest of this out. Alrighty. This is all she wrote on this dressing, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and do a drone pour over for this dressing into a 32-ounce mason jar. I'm sure I'm going to have some extra. But here we go. This is my dressing. I'm excited. You see how much is left here in the picture. If you just point it back to the picture, that's how much is left in there. Behind there, you will see the 3 grapefruit ginger juices that I prepared today. They all are cold. There's ice that was blended into them. I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick pan of the 3 things we made today. Let's scoot all this over and out the way. As long as it's out the film, that's all we're trying to do right now. Okay, so we made 3 different things today. It's so exciting. Excuse me, dear. So let me go ahead and show you guys. Can you bring the two plates back over here, please? Thank you. So this is what I did today. All right. Thank you. That's what I did today on live. And it's exciting. It took me an hour and a half to create this. This is so cool that I did this today. I'm so excited. This was made today in the last hour and a half. I'm just so thrilled. This is a big salad. 2 big salads. This is a DIY dressing with a base of sesame seeds. And then this is a ginger grapefruit juice. This was so much fun. I do want to thank my cameraman for his kind help. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we're done. I hope you guys have a good evening, and I hope that the food that I prepared inspires you. Inspires you to do this for yourself, do this for your mom, do this for your husband, do this for your sister. Do this for whoever you care about. Because once you do it once, you're not going to want to stop. It's an incredible experience, and it's an incredible time spent. The last hour and a half has just been marvelous. I appreciate you guys joining me here with Tori in Constant Motion. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Be blessed.